Hello, my name is Dylon Ongwiseth, and today I will be presenting my capstone project on protecting the Puget Sound, how green stormwater infrastructure can save our waters. As I'm presenting, I unfortunately will not be able to see any questions, so I ask that you reserve them for the end of my presentation and I will address them then. To provide some background information, stormwater runoff occurs when rainwater accumulates harmful pollutants from urban surfaces. These pollutants include viral and bacterial contaminants, heavy metals, fertilizers, and other debris that can be found outside. These pollutants are problematic when entering our waterways and can threaten marine ecosystems as well as public health. Eutrophication occurs when fertilizers enter bodies of water and causes accelerated algae growth, which can be detrimental to other aquatic plants and wildlife. Ecotoxicity is another byproduct of stormwater runoff and occurs when heavy metals like zinc and copper bioaccumulate in fish species like our precious coho salmon, causing reduced lifespans and lowered birth rates. Luckily, green stormwater infrastructure, or GSI, provides an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional water management practices that focuses more on the slowing, capturing, and filtration of stormwater instead of the displacement-centered pipes and treatment centers that have long been used. Cities like Seattle have created GSI programs like the Rainwise Rebate Program to better involve the public in large-scale water management efforts. Taking a look at Figure 1, the image on the left shows a rain garden, and the image on the right shows a cistern, both of which are subsidized by the Rainwise program. However, throughout my internship and independent research, I learned that these programs face implementation barriers that have hindered the widespread adoption of GSI. This led me to my driving research question. What barriers persist at the distribution, installation, and maintenance phases of GSI programs that inhibit an equitable transition towards sustainable water management? Now, taking a look at my internship and methods, I had the privilege of interning with the local nonprofit Sustainable Ballard, who aims to develop diverse, equitable, sustainable, and joyful communities in Seattle. As an intern for Sustainable Ballard, I performed outreach to promote Seattle's Rainwise Rebate Program, which provides financial incentives to private property owners for installing rain gardens and cisterns. I developed a series of surveys and interview questions that gave me insight on the program from the varying perspectives of members within the GSI community. Throughout the internship, I performed community outreach at local events, conducted maintenance inspections on existing installations, and interviewed contractors, giving me the opportunity to learn about the experiences of potential clients, GSI owners, and Brainwise contractors. Their experiences gave me insight into the barriers they face at the distribution, installation, and maintenance phases of the program. Starting with the distribution barriers, by speaking with the potential clients, I learned that upfront costs were amongst the largest concerns for those interested in GSI. Of the 13 individuals I had surveyed, 12 had cited that the high cost of installation was a deterrent in their ability to move forward with the program. Through my independent research, I found a 2022 study that evaluated the distribution of benefits for the Rainwise program, which claimed that the program eligibility favors higher income households. Taking a look at Figure 2, it's clear that many of the eligible properties are closer to water, and because of real estate values, these properties also tend to be more expensive. In a similar vein, the study noted that outreach events also occurred in higher income white neighborhoods, leaving minority and underserved communities without the same access to information. These findings were consistent with my own, as 87% of the individuals I surveyed were white and a majority had a higher education. Although eligibility basins are determined based on their efficiency in reducing stormwater into the Puget Sound, the criteria inadvertently excludes minority and low-income neighborhoods. Now, taking a look at the installation barriers, I had the opportunity to interview 5 contractors for Rainwise who gave insight into some of the challenges associated with installing rain gardens and cisterns for the program. All 5 of the contractors had mentioned experiencing obstacles relating to changing protocols, with a contractor from Tuck and Spade, a landscaping company, mentioning, "They make changes that the updates don't come fast enough. There's so much to look through every single time I do one." These evolving regulations can negatively impact contractor retention, as they may not have the bandwidth to continue relearning protocols and keeping their employees trained on the proper procedures. Administrative paperwork and the pre-inspection process are time-consuming responsibilities that also fall on the contractor. Unfortunately, contractors are neither compensated by the client nor the program for this time, making Rainwise installations less financially viable for the contractors. 3 out of the 5 contractors had also brought up varying issues regarding the rebate, with one contractor claiming that it took months to receive their rebate. another stating that the rebates did not cover the full cost of installation, and another saying that they never got paid for an installation. These obstacles can leave contractors at financial risk and serve as barriers for smaller landscaping firms that do not have the cash flow to take on such financial burdens. Diving into the maintenance barriers, I conducted 100 maintenance checkups and received 57 responses from current GSI owners on obstacles they encountered while maintaining their systems. Maintenance is crucial to the sustainability and efficiency of GSI, as maintained systems will not only last longer, but they will also perform better at reducing the amount of stormwater that ends up in our waterways. When looking at the most challenging tasks for GSI owners, it often involved physically intensive labor. For example, clearing the filtration screen at the top of cisterns was the most challenging cistern maintenance task, as owners are required to use a stepladder, which proved to be hazardous and even inaccessible to certain populations. Lack of education also resulted in neglected systems or improper maintenance, as owners were not aware of the importance of certain parts of their installation that greatly impacted the performance of their system. Taking a look at Figure 3, we can see that many GSI owners do not fully understand their systems prior to the maintenance checkup, which could explain certain gaps in maintenance completion. To wrap up my presentation, I wanted to say that although GSI provides a sustainable solution to urban stormwater runoff, it requires participation from the public alongside government initiatives. If we want to adequately protect the Puget Sound, people of all communities should be involved in the sustainable water management effort. To distribute to a wider demographic, Rainwise has recently broadened its eligible regions, expanding into the Rainier Valley and Chelan neighborhoods. Rainwise is also aware of the financial obstacles presented to low-income households and has taken steps to provide additional assistance to lower-income individuals through an access grant, which provides up to $1,000, while also providing a vendor payment option in which contractors front the cost of installation. In addressing installation barriers, contractors should be recognized as vital members of the GSI community and be more involved in administrative decision-making. By involving contractors, Rainwise can find better methods of providing them support while also strengthening internal communication within the program. Lastly, although maintenance can seem like a chore, through innovative design and additional maintenance assistance, Rainwise can foster more positive attitudes towards maintaining GSI installations. These installations and information regarding them should be easily accessible, ensuring that owners feel well supported and confident when performing maintenance. Thank you all for attending my capstone presentation. I would like to give a special thanks to my site supervisor, Jenny Hines, and the Sustainable Valor team, as well as my faculty advisor, Aaron Gilbert. Lastly, I would like to thank my friends and family for their support throughout this journey. Please feel free to ask any questions or add in any comments, and thank you so much for attending.